Example number 8.2. A plane electromagnetic wave of frequency 25 MHz travel in a free space along the x direction at a particular point in space and time. E is given 6.3 J cap volt per meter. So now you can understand that if the waves are moving in x direction, then electric field vector is oscillating in y direction. So magnetic field vector must oscillate in z direction. So oscillation of magnetic field vector will be in z direction. This is electric field vector which is oscillating in y direction, and this is, you can see, perpendicular to y is z direction. So this is the direction in which the magnetic field vector will be. So direction is fixed. The value you can find, as you know, E upon B is equal to C. So B can be easily found by placing the value of E and C. Okay, that value is 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 8 Tesla, and you can write in the vector form as this B vector is in Z direction. So it must be 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 8 K cap Tesla. Okay. Now similar one, the magnetic field in a plane electromagnetic wave is given by By. By is equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Tesla sine, okay, sine 0.5 into 10 to the power 3 x plus 1.5 into 10 to the power 11 t. Okay, so this is the equation of the oscillation of magnetic field vector. You can see this is the equation. Okay, what is the wavelength and frequency of the wave? Okay, write an expression for the electric field. Now see, you can easily calculate this. Okay, here we have the formula, general formula of magnetic field, that is By is equal to B0 sine kx plus omega t. Here B0 is 2 into 10 raised to minus 7. If you compare, say B0 is 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 k, this k which we are having, okay, k is 0.5 into 10 raised to 3, okay, omega is 1.5 into 10 raised to 11. So all the quantities are obtained by comparing the given equation with the standard equation. Okay, now 2 pi upon lambda is k. As we know, k is equal to 2 pi upon lambda, that is our equation of k. So we can easily now find the value of lambda. Lambda is equal to 2 pi upon k. So 2 into 3.14 divided by lambda is k is 0.5 into 10 to the power 3. Okay, k is 0.5 into 10 to the power 3. So easily the value of lambda is obtained. Now, as you know, 2 pi nu is equal to omega angular frequency. Okay, omega is equal to 2 pi nu. So here easily now nu can be found. Nu is omega upon 2 pi. Omega is known to you, 1.5 into 10 raised to 11 divided by 2 pi to 2 into 3.14. So nu can be obtained as 2.388 10 to the power 10 hertz. Okay, so it is very easy to calculate. Okay, you can calculate as lambda and nu are correlated. You can also write this value of lambda in centimeter. Okay, 1.256 centimeter, and nu, which is obtained here, can be calculated in gigahertz, because just we have to shift the power. So 1 power is multiplied here with 2.388, that of 10, then it becomes 23.88 gigahertz. Okay, now 8.4, light with an energy flux 18 watt per centimeter square. Now try to understand this energy flux. Its unit is 18 and unit is watt per centimeter square. Now watt is nothing but joule per second into centimeter square. Okay, so it is nothing but, try to understand, energy flux is nothing but energy per unit area. Centimeter square is the unit of area. So energy per unit area per unit time. Try to understand. So this is energy per unit area per unit time is energy flux. Energy flux is also known as sometimes intensity. So intensity is energy per unit area per unit time. So this is as such intensity, which is given to us 18 watt per centimeter square. Falls on the non-reflecting surface at normal incident. If the surface has an area of 20 centimeter square, find the average force exerted on the surface during a 30-minute time span. Okay. Now force is nothing but momentum upon time, rate of change of momentum, that is dp by dt. F is equal to p upon t, you can write. Okay, and according to our formula, p is equal to u upon c. That is the characteristic of the electromagnetic wave. If the total energy transferred to the surface in time t is u, okay, it can be shown that magnitude of total momentum delivered to this surface for complete absorption is P is equal to U upon C, that is its characteristic. Okay. Now as momentum is P is equal to U upon C. So instead of this P, you can write U upon C. So the force will be U upon C into T, it becomes. Okay, if intensity, that is energy flux, which I explained earlier, is given by I, and intensity I, that is energy flux, is nothing but energy per unit area per unit time. So we can say U is equal to IAT. Okay, so instead of this U, I can write IAT. So my equation, just they have simplified here. Okay, U is equal to IAT. So F, that is force, is nothing but, instead of U I am writing IAT here. So it becomes IAT upon CT, and T will be cancelled out. So it becomes IA upon C. So it is very easy to understand. Now I is given, intensity, area is given. Okay, and the velocity of light, as you know, speed of light is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. If you substitute these values here, then the value of force exerted you will get 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 6. Okay. Now as per the question asked lastly in the statement, if given surface area is perfect reflector, that is incident energy is not absorbed at all, then momentum gained perpendicularly to the surface will be P prime, and that will be 2 times U upon C. So F prime will be 2F, okay, and it will be 2.4 into 10 raised to minus 6 Newton, because whatever energy is incident, okay, it is not absorbed at all, so it is reflected. Okay, so F prime will be 2 times F. Just for the understanding, this is explained. Okay, now we have 8.5. calculate the electric and magnetic fields produced by the radiation coming from 100-watt bulb at a distance of 3 meter. Assume that the efficiency of the bulb is 2.5% and it is point source. Okay, this we have to calculate. First of all, it is having efficiency is 2.5%. So if 100 watt bulb, what does it mean? 100 joule per second energy is utilized. Now it is converting only 2.5% into electromagnetic waves, or we can say light waves. So 2.5% of 100 joule will give you 2.5 watt, or 2.5 joule per second energy is converted into light waves. Now intensity is nothing but energy per unit area per unit time. Now energy upon time is power, so it is written as power upon area, so it is written as power upon area. And area of the bulb, spherical bulb it is, and area of sphere is 4 pi r square, so it becomes P upon 4 pi r square. So instead of this area it is written as 4 pi r square, and calculation is done that of this what do you call it, intensity. Okay, very easy. Power is 2.5, amount of energy is utilized in converting the electromagnetic waves. Other energy is dissipated in the form of heat. Try to understand this. Okay, upon 4 pi r square, that will give you, radius is given, it is 3 meter. Okay, that on which the radiation is incident. Say for example, the bulb is at center and this is the spherical surface on which the bulb is incidenting the electromagnetic waves. Okay, so this energy per unit area per unit time, that is calculated this radius of this spherical part. Okay, when it is bulb is at a distance of 3 meters, so distance is 3 meter, so you consider a spherical surface around it, okay, whose radius is 3 meter. This is the bulb. Okay, so we have intensity as 0.2212. It's very easy to calculate. Now as you know that intensity is given by this formula epsilon 0 E square RMS into C. So E RMS square will become, rather E RMS square will become I upon epsilon 0 C, and take the square root of it. That will give you under root of I upon epsilon 0 into C. So E RMS can be easily obtained. Intensity is there. Epsilon 0 is a fixed value, 8.85 10 to the power minus 12. C is speed of light. Okay, so that value can be obtained, that of E RMS, and E RMS we get as 2.8864 volt per meter. Now intensity can also be written as this, that is B square RMS square, rather B square RMS into C upon mu 0. Okay, so now B square RMS can be calculated easily. Make it as a subject of formula square root of 8. Okay, and that will give you the value of B RMS. Okay, 96.23 10 to the power minus 10, or B RMS can be 9.623 into 10 raised to minus 9 Tesla. Okay, now E RMS is nothing but maximum value upon under root 2. So maximum value is under root 2 multiplied by E square, rather E RMS. So maximum value E0 is nothing but square root of 2 into E RMS. Okay, so that maximum value of electric field is obtained. Similarly, you can find maximum value of magnetic field. Okay, that is B0 is equal to under root 2 multiply by BRMS. So just we have to multiply BRMS by root 2, you get the value of B0. Okay.